The first 10-15 seconds of any conversation is extremely important. Now, many people can look at this as small talk, or many people can look at this as just first impressions, judging a book by its cover, just quick decision making based on a person's appearance and how they present themselves. I cannot emphasize the importance of this. The majority of the people you talk to, hey man, how important is small talk? Not very important. You don't really get to know much about a person. I completely disagree. Here's why. Let's say you're in class, you're at work, you're at home, whatever. People who just don't know you are there. They're strangers there. And you get asked a question, or people start looking at you, and you have about 10 to 15 seconds. They're saying, so, what's your name? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What they're saying is, who are you, and why should anybody care? So if you think about it in terms of, it's not like you got to read in between the lines. That's what I'm saying. Right? Because what's going to happen is people are going to judge based on your looks. That's just how it is. It's just human nature. They're going to judge based on what you're wearing. Maybe if I'm going out, if I'm wearing this, I might get a different kind of impression rather than if I have my hat on. And what's really, really important is imagine that you're trying to sell yourself. When people say, hey man, so what's your name? What do you do? Tell us a little bit about yourself. You're saying, hey, this is who I am. This is why you should care. This is why I'm an amazing person. This is why I'd make a good friend. This is why I'm a hard worker and I should get a good grade in the class. These are all the indirect answers that you're giving. So the difference between me saying, hi everybody, I'm Daniel and I like swimming, is a lot different than the answer going, hey everybody, my name is Daniel and I'm a big fan of swimming, which is still different than going, howdy, I'm Daniel, I really like to swim, you can call me a fish. Right? All different things. And the last one, you're going for comedy. Sure, you're saying howdy, maybe you're a little bit more casual. In the middle one, you're loud, you don't mind putting yourself out there. Hey guys, this is me. This is what it is. And the first one, you're being more quiet, and it's okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being quiet. There's not anything wrong with being shy. But just be extremely mindful of the fact that a lot of the times, it's not what you say that people remember, but it's how you say it. I cannot tell you the amount of people that I've met, and I'm going to be completely honest. I said, hey, my name's Daniel. Pleasure to meet you. What's your name, man? And it's the way that I've remembered their names as opposed to not remembered. They were dependent on several things. First off, it was clothing. It was clothing. If not as much clothing, it would be body language. It would be, did they have eye contact when we were talking? It would be, I don't know, did I like the shirt that they were wearing? Maybe that would help me remember their name. It would be when they introduced themselves. What was their tone of voice like? How did they introduce themselves? Did they introduce themselves in a snobby, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I work at the blah, 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 blah. Was that it? What could I get from there, the energy that they were sending my way? Did they seem friendly? Did they seem outgoing? Did they seem like a person who, maybe on a day when I miss classes, I can text them and they'd be like, yeah, sure, Daniel, I can totally record notes for you. So really, my friends, in that 10 to 15 seconds, if you're trying to sell yourself, you're saying, this is who I am. And if you're just going to be professional and go, hi, I'm Daniel, and I work as a swimming instructor, then that's fine. Just be aware that not only are you giving them your name, not only are you giving them that piece of information, but you're giving them your energy, you're giving them your vibe, your kind of atmosphere through your body language, through your tone of voice. So whenever you're put in this position, whenever you go to a party, and let's say you have a friend, and then you see like friends of your friend, and you and your friend go up and they're like, hey guys, like this is Daniel. In that first 10 seconds, it's very important to see how do you react, how do you move? Because they're trying to calculate on what kind of a guy you are or girl you are, and it's based on that 10 to 15 seconds. So that is your shot to literally push friendships in a good direction, push being able to get a job in a good direction. Like the first 10 to 15 seconds of an interview, everything. From the moment you sit down, your hand gestures, the way you talk. So what I mean is really think about, guys, when you're giving an opportunity to talk, an opportunity to introduce yourself to someone new, think about not just what you're saying, but how you're saying it. Think about your body language as you're saying it. Think about, am I keeping my eye contact the entire time? Right? Once again, there's a huge difference between going, hey, I'm Daniel. And me going, hi, I'm Daniel. I said the exact same thing, but on one of them, I'm looking right at you. I'm not just throwing that out there. Hey, I'm Daniel. So, no. This means something to me. Us talking. And I'm making full eye contact because I want you to know that 100% of my attention is right here, right now. Doesn't matter what's going on over there. I'm not insecure. My body language is forward. I'm facing you. I'm looking at you, and you are the only thing on my mind for this brief 5 to 10 seconds as I'm introducing myself. This is the kind of person that I am. Now, what kind of a message do you think that gives to the other person? Even for that few seconds, you're like, huh, that's interesting. They got to take a note of that. And the next time they see you or the next time they think about you, that's what's in their mind. So oftentimes when I think of people that I've met, I think about those first few glimpses, as shallow as it sounds. And I know what you're going to say, but Daniel, don't judge a book by its cover. Well, unfortunately, we all do. Now, to be fair, we do it in different ratios. I 100% agree. And I would totally agree to the fact that, yeah, that term is correct. Sometimes you see someone, their head's down, they're not talking to anyone, they're not looking to communicate. You think, wow, what a jerk, or like, what a, just, I don't know, this person just doesn't like talking to people. When in reality, maybe they're just having a bad day, right? Maybe something happened, they heard some bad news. That's why they're in that mood. But generally, they're a super upbeat, awesome, happy person. That is 100% true. That does happen. But for a lot of the times, for 70, 80%, just be conscious. Always just think the worst case scenario. Think that people are judging you exactly for who you are. Because it takes a really mindful person to be able to look at someone who maybe doesn't express the best qualities and go, you know what? This individual might have some redeeming qualities. Maybe there's just something going on today. Not everybody can think like that. I hope they did. I hope they do. I wish they do. But just in case they don't, be ready to be like, hey, this is me. This is who I am. This is the kind of person I am. And I know when we're around strangers, we're going to act a little bit differently. We might hold ourselves back a little bit. We might not warm up to strangers as easily as we do to the people who already know, and that is totally okay. But the main idea, folks, is if you want to tell them, hey, this is what I'm about, this is what I'm doing, this is why I might be an interesting person to have in your life, that brief 10 to 15 seconds is exactly why you should do it. 10, 15 seconds of this YouTube video, if I show up and I'm just talking about something that doesn't matter to you at all, and I'm sure many of you have already clicked off the video, that's okay. But what matters is in the first 10 seconds, I tell you, hey, this is what I'm about. This is why you should care. Now let's talk about it. Let's go in depth. So if you're still interested, you're still watching the video. So my friends, just a few tiny points to keep in track. If any of this is interesting to you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Daniel Teaches. I'll be uploading at least one new video a week. I wish you a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.